My beloved child, listen to me now with all your heart, for this is not just another message, not just another voice passing through your ears. This is the cry of eternity calling out to your soul in this very moment. I am speaking to you in urgency, in power, in a thunder that shakes the unseen, because the time you stand in now is unlike any other moment you have ever known. This moment is holy, this moment is appointed, and this moment is slipping quickly like sand between your fingers. If you ignore what I am saying now, if you turn away or dismiss my words, you will regret it for all your days. For the window of time is closing and will not remain open forever. My child, do not take these words lightly, for I am not speaking in whispers today. I am sounding an alarm over your spirit, an emergency alert to awaken you from the numbness of distraction, from the lies that have kept you bound, from the hesitation that has stolen years from your life. This is your wake-up call from heaven. This is the trumpet of your destiny sounding in your soul. The enemy has tried to lull you into sleep, to make you think you have all the time in the world, to convince you that tomorrow will always be waiting. But hear me now, tomorrow is not promised. The days you thought would stretch endlessly before you are not infinite. There is a moment to act, and that moment is now. I see you, my child. I see how weary you are, how you scroll through life trying to quiet the aching emptiness inside. I see how often you try to bury your longings beneath noise, beneath busyness, beneath the endless weight of responsibilities and regrets. But here, right now, I have stopped time to reach you. I have interrupted your path, your routine, your very thoughts, because this message is your lifeline. This is the voice you prayed for when you whispered, "Lord, give me a sign. Show me that you are real. Tell me what to do." And I am answering you now. Do not dare walk away from these words. Do not let the enemy whisper, "This is not for you," because these words are carved for you alone. I, Jesus, am speaking directly to you, the one who has cried when no one else heard, the one who has questioned when no one else answered, the one who has carried a weight too heavy for your own shoulders. I have come for you, and I will not let this moment pass without giving you the warning, the direction, and the love you have long needed. This is an emergency alert, my child. The window of grace before you is narrow, and it is closing quickly. I do not say this to frighten you, but to awaken you. For too long, you have delayed, postponed, hesitated, and doubted. You have waited for the right time to take me seriously, to surrender fully, to act on what you already knew I was asking you to do. But I tell you now, the right time has already come, and it is this very moment. Heaven has a line for your breakthrough, but if you let this pass, you will miss what I have ordained. Think of the tears you have cried in silence, the prayers you thought bounced off the ceiling. I collected them all. I wrote down every word. I have not forgotten, nor have I been blind to your struggle. But the answer to those prayers requires your response, your willingness to move now. You have asked me again and again for change, but I am asking you, will you act when I call? Will you obey when I speak? Or will you stay where you are and risk losing what eternity has prepared for you? My beloved, the enemy desires that you scroll past this, that you harden your heart, that you dismiss this as just another voice. But if you do, you will regret it, for this moment will not come again in the same way. I have carved it in time for you. It is a holy intersection between my love and your choice. Do not let fear hold you. Do not let doubt silence you. Do not let weariness make you miss this divine invitation. Comment, you are my hope, Jesus, if he lifts you out of darkness. I speak with urgency because I love you too deeply to remain silent. I have watched long enough as you wrestled with battles that drained your strength. I have seen you lost in confusion, pulled between light and darkness, between faith and fear, between surrender and control. You have tried to carry life in your own hands, and it has exhausted you. You have tried to run ahead of my timing, and it has led you into despair. You have tried to wait endlessly, hoping without acting, and it has delayed your destiny. But now, I am drawing the line. I am saying enough. Enough of hesitation. Enough of delay. Enough of listening to the lies that say you are not ready. Enough of holding back from the very life I created you to live. I am calling you urgently, my child. Hear me as if a trumpet were sounding from the heavens above you, as if the earth itself trembled beneath my words, because that is how weighty this message truly is. I am calling you to stop what you are doing and pay attention. I am calling you to open your heart fully, to let every defense fall, to let my words pierce into the places you have hidden from everyone else. For if you listen and respond, your life will never be the same again. But if you ignore this, if you push it aside, the sorrow that follows will not come from my hand, but from your refusal to act when I gave you the chance. Child, time is short. The window is narrow. The opportunity is urgent. This is why I have come to you with such force, such clarity, such undeniable urgency. For I am the God who loves you beyond comprehension, and I will not let you wander into destruction without lifting my voice to save you. Do not test the limits of grace. Do not assume there will always be another chance. Respond now, for your blessing, your breakthrough, your deliverance is standing before you, waiting for your yes. So lean in, my beloved. Do not let go of this moment. Do not harden your heart. Do not dismiss this voice. Stay with me to the very end, for the final words I will speak will carry the breakthrough you have long been waiting for. This is not coincidence. This is not chance. This is not random. This is your appointed moment, your divine rescue, your emergency alert from heaven. My beloved child, hear me now with an urgency that cannot be ignored. I speak to you because a window of grace has opened, a door ajar that leads to mercy, healing, and a turn of season for your life. This is not a slow knock. It is a summons from the throne of heaven itself. I have bent the course of time to make room for this moment, and you have been chosen to stand inside it. I do not say chosen lightly. Before the foundations of the world I set aside this hour for you. I have watched you, I have known your heartbeats, and I have prepared this doorway so that when you walked into it you would find what your soul has longed for. The world will call this chance coincidence. I call it an appointment. The air around you is charged with purpose. Angels have been stationed. Kingdom forces have been set in motion. What you feel as a nudge, as a quiet pressure in your spirit, is me arranging the pieces so that mercy can come. Do not miss this because of distraction. Do not let the common things of life, pains, small comforts, busy work, the voices of doubt soften the urgency in your heart. This season will not wait while you hesitate. This window is narrow, and it will not remain open forever. Understand plainly what is at hand. This is a time of favor where I pour out blessings that shift the story of your days. When I say favor, I do not mean only prosperity. I mean restoration where things were broken, clarity where there was confusion, voice where you lost your words, healing where the body ached, relationships mended where they were torn, provision appearing in ways your mind cannot yet imagine. This is grace that reaches into places no human hand can touch. What grace is not automatic, it is relational. Grace flows when your heart opens to receive it. I am standing at the threshold of your life, extending my hand, saying, "Come now." Your yes unlocks what I have already prepared. You are not passive in this. You are invited. Your response matters. If you turn away, the window will close. If you step forward, you will walk into my doing. Do not let fear steal this moment. Fear will dress itself in many garments and will whisper to you that you must wait, that you are not ready, that you have to fix this or gather that before you can accept what I offer. Those whispers are lies of the enemy meant to keep you from the blessing. When I call, I do not call the qualified, I call the willing. I called fishermen, tax collectors, and the weary. I called the weak and made them strong. I have never required perfection before I move. I require openness. I require humility. I require a simple willingness to say, "Yes, Lord." The readiness you imagine is not what I ask. I ask for trust. Do not say "not yet" when I am saying now. To delay when I speak is to exchange a divine opportunity for a lifetime of wondering what might have been. The regret that follows a missed season is heavy. It presses on the chest and clouds the years that come after. I speak plainly because I love you too much to let you sleep through this. Please support our channel, because our sincere aim is to fill your life with joy and help you grow in devotion and reverence toward God. And if you feel inspired or blessed by our work, you may kindly encourage us through the super thanks button down below. You have been chosen to hear this now because there are tides in the spirit that move by my voice. There are seasons that swing with precision. Your life sits at a hinge point, a place where a small act will tilt destiny. Think of the moments you have waited for without knowing why, those times when you felt pushed to pray more, to forgive, to speak, to risk. Those were hints toward this hour. Many times you brushed them aside as small things, not seeing their weight. But I have been building toward this intersection. I am calling you today because only your response at this time will trigger the chain of events I have ordained. The hand of my providence requires your engagement. I move in covenant with the decisions of my people. When they align with my heart, doors open. When they refuse, doors remain closed or close again. Do not be stunned by the simplicity of the call. It is often simple, surrender, speak, forgive, seb, div, pray. The small choices carry vast consequences when they are done in obedience to me. You hear the sound of urgency. It is not chaos, it is precision. I am not shouting to create fear. I am pressing because the enemy prowls and seeks to steal this very moment from you. Strategies, distraction, doubt, busyness, comfortable compromise, the lure of immediate comfort in exchange for long-term purpose. You will make excuses sound wise. You will make delay appear prudent. But discernment will steer you rightly. Recognize the difference between wise waiting and losing the season. Wise waiting is rooted in my peace and my timing. Losing the season is rooted in fear, hesitation, and unbelief. If you sense a trembling in your spirit when I press, that is often the work of the enemy. Rebuke the voice that says you have time to spare. You do not know the length of tomorrow. The window I speak of may be open this hour and shut by the next. The exact timing is my secret, and I hold it with sovereign love. Your task is to respond now. Know also that you are not alone as you move. I go with you. I break down doors. I scatter opposition. I send helpers, people who will cross your path to assist, to open new doors, to bring resources and words that align with my plan. When you act in this season, you will see supernatural arrangements that cannot be explained by chance. People will appear, finances will shift, words will come, and strength will rise from places you thought empty. These are my signatures. Do not be surprised when the impossible becomes ordinary in your life. I make ways where there are no ways because I am your way. But again, I will not force. I will invite. I desire willing hearts who will say, "Here I am, Lord. Use me." I know the ache in you that wonders if you are worthy of such an outpouring. You may review your past and count failures, and you may think, if only I were better, if only I had done more, perhaps I would deserve this. My beloved, my grace is not earned. It is a gift. I love you not because of your record, but because of my nature. I am merciful by design. I take pleasure in mercy. I delight to restore the broken, to lift the weary, to heal the wounded, and to call the wandering home. Do not let shame keep you from the threshold. It is often the enemy's work to keep you kneeling in guilt rather than rising in faith. Bring your past to me. Bring your regrets and let me do what I do best: forgive, renew, and set you free. Then step into the open door I place before you. Listen closely now to what I instruct. First, answer me with honesty. Do not hide your thoughts. Tell me your fears. Confess your doubts. Lay your shame on the altar of my mercy. When you speak truth, I respond with love. Second, act in the small commands I place in your heart. Obedience to small things unlocks trust for larger things. If I tell you to forgive a face, forgive it. If I tell you to call someone, call them. If I press you to give, give. These small obediences are the keys to the larger release. Third, expect my presence to change what seems impossible. Expect signs that confirm you are moving with me. Expect peace that steadies your steps and courage that rises in the middle of uncertainty. Fourth, refuse the lie that you are too late. I am the Lord of second chances and new beginnings. Many have rushed to meet me when they thought they were finished, and I have met them with abundance. But do not confuse my patience with procrastination. There is a mercy now that requires a response. Hear me again. You are chosen to receive this. Chosen does not mean perfect. It means beloved and appointed. When I say appointed, I mean I have scheduled this moment for your life. I have placed markers in the unseen that point to you. Angels have been instructed in your favor. Do not treat this as merely a pleasant thought. It is an act of command in the realm of grace. Stand up and meet me in the place I have set. Let faith rise in you like a banner. Let your heart say yes without reservation. The posture of your spirit in the next moments will determine whether you walk through blessing or watch it pass. If you move with me, you will look back and see how every sorrow prepared the soil and how every loss watered the seed of what is now growing. If you delay, you will live with a quiet ache that wonders what would have happened if you had only acted. Right, I build my life on your rock if your foundation is Christ. Finally, rest in my love even as I press you to move. The urgency comes from a place of compassion, not condemnation. I love you fiercely and tenderly. I do not thunder at you to punish. I thunder to wake, to rescue, and to reclaim. When I call, I do so because I cannot bear to see you miss what I have prepared. Allow that love to fuel your courage. Look up. Reach out. Step forward. The window is open now. Take my hand and walk in. My beloved child, hear me now as I remind you of what I have seen and what I have carried with you. I have walked beside you through every valley. I have stood with you in every storm, and I have counted every tear that has fallen from your eyes. You not think that even one sigh, one cry, or one prayer has been lost in the winds. I, the Lord your God, have gathered them all. I have etched them into my heart and into the pages of eternity. Nothing you endured has been wasted. Nothing you carried in secret, nothing you whispered in the dark, has gone unheard. I was there when you thought no one saw you. I was there when you questioned whether I had forgotten you. And I am telling you now, I never left. You thought at times that your prayers had vanished into silence, but I assure you, every word reached my throne. Even the prayers you could not form into sentences, the groans of your heart, the trembling thoughts you dared not speak aloud, those too I heard, and I understood. You see your battles as delays, as endless nights, as unanswered hopes, but I see them as the refining fires that prepared you for this very hour. My child, those tears were not wasted water. They were the seeds of miracles about to sprout. The storms you thought would drown you were the very rains that watered your future. The crushing weight you thought would break you was shaping you, chiseling you into strength that could not be manufactured any other way. I know the battles you fought. I know the loneliness that crept into your room at night, whispering that you were forgotten. I know the betrayals that pierced your heart, the times when those you trusted turned away, and the rejection that left you feeling unworthy. I know the moments you thought your life would collapse under the pressure. I know how close you came to surrendering to despair. And yet, here you stand, still breathing, still searching, still open to hear me now. That, my beloved, is proof that the enemy did not win. He tried to silence you, but your voice still calls on me. He tried to bury you, but I raise you up again and again. He tried to extinguish your light, but it only burned brighter because my hand was upon you. You understand, child. Every argument was not punishment but preparation. Every unanswered question was not neglect but alignment. Every delay was not denial but divine timing. I am not cruel, I am not careless, and I am not late. I am precise in all my ways. I used even the moments that felt unbearable to prepare you for the miracle that is now at your door. You could not see it then, but every tear was watering the soil of your destiny. Every battle was strengthening your spiritual muscles. Every valley was teaching you how to walk by faith and not by sight. And now you are entering into the season where what was once hidden will be revealed, where what you thought was lost will be restored, where what the enemy tried to destroy will be rebuilt more beautifully than before. I promise you, my beloved, miracles are on the horizon. Restoration is closer than you think. Transformation is not a distant hope, it is beginning even now as you listen to my words. The same tears you thought disqualified you are the very tears I will use to water your breakthrough. The same wounds you thought would never heal will become the very testimonies that will heal others. The same prayers you thought were forgotten are about to manifest into realities that will leave you in awe. I have seen the prayers you prayed for your family, the whispered requests for those you love, the desperate cries for relationships that shattered. I am the God who restores. I am piecing back together what was broken. I am breathing life into what looked like ashes. I am reconciling what seemed beyond repair. Trust that my hand is moving behind the scenes even now. You will see reconciliation. You will see forgiveness bloom where there was once bitterness. You will see love resurrected where only pain lived. I have heard your cries for provision, the silent fears about how you would survive, how you would provide, how you would move forward when everything seemed barren. I am your provider. I am the same one who fed Israel in the wilderness, the same one who multiplied bread and fish for thousands, and I will not leave you lacking. I will open doors of opportunity no man can shut. I will cause resources to flow from unexpected places. I will make a way where there seemed to be no way. But with empty will overflow. But with dry will spring forth river, but with air will multiply. I have watched your struggles in your body, the sickness, the weakness, the sleepless nights, the pain you tried to hide. I am the healer. I bore your sickness in my body, and by my stripes you are healed. Healing is not a faraway dream. It is your inheritance as my child. Even now, my spirit is moving through you, bringing life to weary bones, strength to weakened muscles, and peace to anxious thoughts. Trust me. Do not measure healing by what you feel in this instant, but by the promise I have already spoken over you. You will see improvement, you will see restoration, you will see renewal. Do not think I overlooked the mental battles, the thoughts that tormented you, the nights when fear and doubt shouted louder than hope. I was with you in those nights. I was the whisper that told you to keep going. I was the strength that held you when you wanted to let go. I have seen the invisible battles in your mind, and I declare today that the torment ends. I am breaking chains of anxiety. I am silencing voices of condemnation. I am lifting the heavy cloak of depression. You will not live the rest of your days in bondage to what you cannot see. Freedom is your portion. Peace is your inheritance. Joy is being restored to you in abundance. And hear this, beloved, you are not forgotten. You were never forsaken. You are mine, and I am proud of you. I am proud of every step you took when it would have been easier to give up. I am proud of every prayer you prayed even when you didn't see results. I am proud of every act of faith, no matter how small, because it showed me that your heart was still open. Others may not have seen your effort. They may not have known the battles you fought in silence, but I saw, I knew, and I honored it all. Heaven celebrates every act of faith you made in the dark. And now, heaven is rejoicing because your new season is here. Say, guide my steps, Lord, if you want him to lead your path. Prepare yourself, child, for sudden shifts. Prepare to see doors open quickly. Prepare for answers to prayers you prayed years ago to come rushing in. Prepare for long-awaited promises to spring to life. Prepare to walk in miracles so clear that no one will be able to deny that it was my hand that moved for you. This is not empty talk. This is your reality unfolding. I am the God who redeems time, and what you thought was lost I will restore in double measure. You will look back and realize nothing was wasted. The betrayals taught you to discern. The losses taught you to value what matters. The delays taught you patience and endurance. The tears softened your heart for compassion. The pain gave you depth that child living could never provide. And now, every lesson, every scar, every trial is becoming the foundation for the blessings I am releasing. What was meant to destroy you has only prepared you to carry more glory, more authority, more wisdom, and more love. My child, believe me when I tell you, you are stepping into the season you prayed for. You are about to witness the answers to prayers you thought were buried. You are about to hold in your hands the evidence of my faithfulness. You are about to see promises fulfilled, breakthroughs manifested, and restoration so complete that it will feel like a dream. But it is not a dream, it is the reality I prepared for you all along. So lift your head, wipe your tears, straighten your shoulders. You are not walking into this season as the same wounded soul who entered the trial. You are walking out refined, strengthened, crowned with grace, and ready to shine. The time of mourning is ending, and the time of rejoicing is beginning. The battle is shifting into victory, and the story of your life is turning into testimony. You are not at the end. Beloved, you are at the beginning of something new. You will see miracles. You will see restoration. You will see transformation. And when it happens, you will know it was not by chance, not by accident, not by your striving, but by my hand alone. For I am the God who wastes nothing, who restores everything, and who loves you endlessly. My beloved child, lean close to me now, for I am not far away. I know the heaviness that has lived inside your heart. I know the weight you carry when you think no one sees. I have felt every sigh, every restless night, every moment when you pressed your face into the pillow to hide your tears from the world. Do not think for one moment that I overlooked them. I collected each tear as a treasure, kept them as proof of your endurance, and wove them into the story I am writing with your life. I never left you in your pain. Even when the silence felt unbearable, even when you thought I had forgotten you, I was holding you. I saw your loneliness. I know the emptiness that crept into your soul like a cold wind when friends walked away and when family failed to understand you. You wondered if you mattered, if anyone would ever truly stay. You questioned your value in the quiet when no one reached out, when calls never came, when rooms felt too large and your own thoughts echoed back louder than any comfort. Hear me now, you were never alone. I was beside you in those empty rooms, whispering your name into the silence. I was a warmth that touched your spirit when you thought despair would consume you. I am closer than the breath in your lungs, and I never abandoned you. While people may turn away, I never turn. I remain, steady and unshaken, your eternal companion, your faithful friend. I saw the betrayal that tore through your heart like a sharp blade. I know the sting of promises broken, the confusion of love turned to rejection, the ache of trust shattered. You tried to smile through it, but inside, the wound bled deeply. You asked me why I allowed it, why I did not stop it, why I watched while others broke your heart. My child, I never delighted in your pain. I stood with you, shielding you from destruction, catching the fragments of your spirit as you fell. What others meant for harm, I have turned into a refining fire, shaping your compassion, softening your heart, teaching you to discern truth from deception. Every betrayal you endured only brought you closer to my arms, where true love never fails, where promises are never broken, where faithfulness endures forever. I will heal the scar. I will restore trust. I will bring new relationships built on honesty and love that reflects mine. I saw the loss that shook your world, the empty chair at the table, the quiet where laughter once lived. I felt your heart break as you stood in the valley of grief, clutching memories like lifelines. You thought the sorrow would drown you. You thought life would never be whole again. You asked, "Where were you, Lord?" My child, I was with you in the darkness, weeping as you wept, wrapping my arms around your trembling frame. I carried you through nights when you did not want to wake again. I whispered strength into your weary soul when you wanted to let go. Though loss has marked your journey, it will not define your future. I am the resurrection and the life. I bring beauty from ashes. I hold your loved ones in my eternal embrace, and I hold you still, promising joy will return. I saw the fear that haunted you, the thoughts that tormented you, the what-ifs that chased you into sleepless hours. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of tomorrow, fear of being too weak to stand. My beloved, fear was never meant to be your master. It is a thief, a liar, a shadow meant to block your view of my light. Every time fear pressed against you, I was the quiet voice telling you, do not be afraid, I am with you. I did not scold you for trembling. I understood your frailty. But I also placed within you a spirit stronger than fear, a courage not of your own making but born of my presence. I remind you now, I did not give you a spirit of fear but of power, love, and a sound mind. You will not live the rest of your days caged by worry. I am lifting the weight of fear off you even now. I saw the prayers you prayed in secret, the ones you thought never reached me, the nights you whispered my name with a breaking voice, the mornings you asked me for answers and heard nothing but silence. I know the pain of waiting. I know how discouragement settled like a fog when you thought I was not listening. But every prayer has been heard, every cry has been recorded, every petition has reached my throne. Delay was never denial. Silence was never absence. I was working in the unseen, arranging pieces, protecting you from things you did not know, preparing blessings that required time to unfold. You thought I ignored you, but I was aligning answers that would exceed your expectations. I promise you, those prayers were not wasted breath. You will see the fruit of your persistence. My beloved, through it all, I carried you. You thought you were walking alone, but I was the one holding you up. When you could not walk, I lifted you. When you could not speak, I interceded for you. When you could not believe, I held faith for you. You were never abandoned. Not for one moment. I bore every burden you carried. I shouldered the weight of every worry. I caught every tear in my hands. You are not forgotten. You are not forsaken. You are not invisible. You are my treasure, the one I love beyond comprehension. Type Amen to claim victory over fear and doubt, and share this word so someone else may find courage. My beloved child, stop what you are doing and listen closely, for I am speaking directly to you right now. Do not scroll, do not delay, and do not let this moment pass you by. You have prayed for a sign. You have begged for clarity. You have wept in silence, asking me if I still hear you. And now I come to answer. This is not just another word floating through the noise of your day. This is the divine interruption you have been waiting for, the whisper from heaven that carries the weight of eternity. If you turn away, if you ignore it, you risk missing the very moment that could shift everything in your life. I speak to you with urgency, with love that burns too deeply to stay silent, and with authority that cannot be shaken. My child, this is your appointed time. You have cried out for change, asking me when the pain would lift, when the confusion would clear, when the chains would break. You thought perhaps I was distant, perhaps I was delaying, perhaps I had turned my face away. But hear me now. I have been here all along. Every tear that fell in the dark was collected by my hand. Every wordless prayer grown from your heart reached my throne. Not a moment has escaped my sight, and not a cry hath been ignored. I tell you this because right now you are standing at a threshold. This is not an ordinary moment. It is holy, set apart, divinely orchestrated. You may feel as though you stumbled here by chance, that this message found you randomly. But I tell you, there are no accidents in my kingdom. You are here because I planned it before time began. You are here because I am answering what you thought was forgotten. And you are here because the shift you have longed for is closer than your next breath. Do not treat this lightly, my beloved. Do not scroll past thinking it is just another voice in the crowd. I place these words before you at this exact second because your spirit has been crying out for them. You are weary. You are burdened. You have been battling silently in ways no one else sees. People may think they know your struggles, but only I know the depth of them. Only I know how heavy the nights have felt, how endless the waiting has seemed, how fragile your heart has become under the weight of disappointment. And yet, you are still here. You did not give up. You did not let go of the last thread of hope, even when it felt invisible. And because you held on, even weakly, I am here now to tell you that the waiting has not been wasted. The silence was not abandonment. The delay was not denial. It was preparation, and now the moment has arrived. But hear me again. This moment requires your attention. It requires your decision. Do not make excuses. Do not say, I will listen later. Do not convince yourself that you have more time, for time is not promised. My child, I am truly sorry for the pain you have carried, for the long nights where you felt forsaken, for the unanswered questions that tormented you. I did not delight in your suffering. I wept with you. I carried you when you did not realize it was my strength holding you up. And now, because I love you too much to let you remain where you are, I am calling you with urgency. This is the moment that could shift everything. If you delay, if you walk away, if you push this aside, you risk missing the very blessing you prayed for. Do you understand the weight of what I am saying? I am not speaking of a small opportunity. I am speaking of breakthrough. I am speaking of doors opening that no man can shut. I am speaking of healing flowing where pain once reigned. I am speaking of restoration in places you thought were permanently broken. This is not a light matter. This is destiny knocking at the door of your heart. My beloved, I know how tired you are. I know how often you have felt unseen. I know the whispers of doubt that have told you that nothing will ever change, that you are destined to struggle, that perhaps you are forgotten. But those are lies, and I come now to expose them. You are not forgotten. You are not forsaken. You are not invisible to me. You are my chosen one, my precious child, my beloved creation. I formed you with my own hands. I wrote your story with my own breath, and I have carried you every step of the way. You may not see the full picture yet, but what I am unfolding now will reveal why the pain had to precede the promise. It will reveal why the silence had to teach you to hear my whisper. It will reveal why the waiting shaped you to carry the weight of blessing that is now being released. Say, I rest in your promises if you're holding on to His word. So I urge you, do not harden your heart in this moment. Do not let distraction steal what I am speaking. The enemy would love nothing more than for you to dismiss this as ordinary, to scroll away and miss the very word that could unlock your breakthrough. But I will not let you go without pleading with you now. Stay. Listen. Receive. Do not delay. What is coming is too precious to lose. What I am about to do in your life is too great to overlook. This is the moment you have been asking me for, though you may not have recognized how it would come. It has not come in the form you expected, but it has come in the form you need. I am speaking directly into your spirit. I am calling directly into your heart. And I will not stop until you realize this message is for you. Not for someone else, not for another time, not for a vague idea of the future. It is for you. Right here. Right now. Do not wait, my child. Every excuse you make, every thought that says later, every hesitation, those are the very things that have tried to hold back your destiny. I am breaking those chains now. I am silencing those lies now. I am cutting away the distractions that tried to blind you from my hand. And I am saying, listen to me, because I am about to do something new. Do you not perceive it? It is already springing forth. It is already rising from the ashes of what you thought was lost. It is already breaking through the soil of delay and disappointment. The shift is happening even as you hear my words. Your heart is stirring because it recognizes the truth. Your spirit is trembling because it knows this is divine. That is my spirit bearing witness within you. Do not quench it. Do not run from it. Do not hide. Today, listen. Receive. My child, I tell you again with love and with urgency, do not scroll. Do not delay. This is the moment you prayed for. This is the moment heaven has written for you. And if you walk away, you may miss the very answer you have longed for. Stay with me. Hear every word. Let this truth sink into your heart like fire and water at once, burning away the lies, refreshing the dry places, and filling you with life again. This is the beginning of something new. And it starts with your decision to listen right now. My beloved child, hear me now, for I speak with the voice of one who has walked beside you through every season of your life. I have seen you when no one else was watching. I have watched every hidden moment, every night, when you lay awake staring into the darkness, wondering if anyone understood the weight you were carrying. I have seen the tears that slipped silently down your cheeks when you thought no one noticed. I was there when your heart ached so deeply that words could not form, when prayers rose only a size too heavy to explain. And I tell you, not one of those moments escaped my notice. I gathered every tear as treasure, every cry as a sacred prayer, every weary breath as a testimony of your endurance. Do not think for a second that I was distant. I was closer than the very heartbeat within your chest. I was holding you when you felt as though you were falling apart. You may feel as though the world overlooked you, as though the people you trusted could not see the depth of your struggle. Some walked away. Some failed to understand. Others dismissed your pain because they could not perceive its weight. But I, the Lord your God, never turned my face from you. I never grew weary of your questions, never grew tired of your weakness, never recoiled from your brokenness. Instead, I leaned in closer. When others could not see you, I saw every detail of your soul. I knew the battles you were fighting silently. I knew the heaviness you carried in public while pretending to be strong. I knew the loneliness that wrapped itself around you like a cold blanket in the night. You thought you were unseen, but you were always fully known. My beloved, you have wondered often if your prayers even reached me. You questioned if your words evaporated into empty air, unanswered and unheard. You thought perhaps I was silent because I was indifferent. But I tell you now, I have heard every single cry. I listened when you whispered prayers from your pillow soaked in tears. I listened when you cried out in your car, when you let your soul unravel behind closed doors. Even when no sound left your lips, I heard the unspoken words that poured from your spirit. And not only did I hear, I responded, though not always in the way or time you expected. You see only fragments, but I see the whole. While you thought nothing was moving, I was shifting circumstances in ways unseen. While you thought the heavens were silent, I was orchestrating answers you could not yet recognize. My timing may not have matched your longing, but my love has never failed to respond. Do you not know that you are precious to me? You question your worth because of what you have endured. You look at yourself through the lens of failure, rejection, or delay. But I see you through the lens of love. I see the one I created with intention before the foundations of the world were laid. I see the child I knit together with purpose in the hidden place of the womb. I see the masterpiece I crafted, not by mistake, not by accident, but with care, precision, and delight. I see you not as broken beyond repair, but as chosen, cherished, and held. Every scar tells a story of survival. Every wound reveals a place where my grace has sustained you. You are not forgotten, not overlooked, not cast aside. You are mine, and nothing, no failure, no rejection, no darkness can erase the mark of my love upon your life. I have watched you carry burdens too heavy for your shoulders, and I wept with you. I saw when betrayal pierced your heart like a sword, when trust was shattered and you were left wondering if love was safe. I saw when promises made to you were broken, when the people you relied on let you down, when the foundation beneath you shook until you feared it would crumble completely. In those moments, you felt abandoned. You thought no one cared enough to hold you together. But I was there, my child. I was the one who kept your mind from breaking, your spirit from collapsing, your life from unraveling. Though you could not always feel me, my hand never released you. Even when you thought you stood alone, it was my strength that kept you upright. Even when you whispered, "I cannot go on," it was my breath that filled your lungs for another day. You asked why the road had to be so hard, why the pain seemed endless, why the waiting stretched longer than you could bear. And though I will show you in time the purpose behind every trial, know this even now, none of it was wasted. Every tear watered the soil of your destiny. Every battle forged strength within you that nothing else could produce. Every delay refined you, shaping you into someone who could carry the blessing I am about to release. You thought your prayers went unanswered, but they were being stored for an appointed time. You thought your dreams had died, but I was protecting them until the season when you would be ready to receive them. I have not forgotten a single word you prayed. I have not overlooked a single longing of your heart. I have written them all into my plan, and I will fulfill them in ways greater than you imagined. Please support our channel, since our heartfelt goal is to bring joy into your life and help you walk in devotion and reverence toward God. And if these messages uplift you, you can kindly support us through the Super Thanks button down below. I tell you again, with the weight of my eternal truth, I have seen every hidden moment, every night of despair, every question that rose in the silence. I was there. And because I was there, you were never truly abandoned. My presence surrounded you even when your heart felt empty. My love sustained you even when you doubted it existed. You matter to me, my beloved child. Your worth is not in question. Your life is not meaningless. Your struggles are not overlooked. This message you are hearing is not for the crowd, not for the masses, but for you. It is my personal assurance that I see you, I know you, and I love you beyond measure. And now, hold these words close, for they are not random. They are the answer to your heart's secret cry. You wanted to know if I was still with you, I am. You wanted to know if I still had a plan for your life. I do. You wanted to know if your pain had a purpose, and does. And you wanted to know if you mattered enough for me to speak directly to you. You do. This is your confirmation. This is your sign. This is the proof that you are not forgotten. I am speaking now because you needed to be reminded. You are fully seen, fully known, and fully loved. My beloved child, I want you to understand something very important about the season you have walked through. The trials you faced, the storms that seemed relentless, the nights that stretched so long they felt endless, none of it was punishment. Hear me clearly. I was not punishing you. I was preparing you. The shaking that has touched your life was not meant to destroy you, but to refine you, to purify your soul, to strip away what could not go with you into the next chapter I have written for you. You have often asked me, why, Lord? Why so much pain? Why so much loss? Why so much silence? And I know those questions have been heavy in your heart. I have seen how you struggled to reconcile my love with the chaos around you. You thought perhaps I had turned my back, that I was angry with you, that maybe you had failed in some way that brought all this hardship upon you. But child, hear me with all the love and urgency of a father's heart. I never abandoned you. I never forsook you. What you endured was not a sign of my displeasure, but of my preparation. A tree grows strong not in gentle breezes, but in the winds of a storm. Its roots push deeper when the ground is shaken, and its trunk becomes unyielding because it had to stand against pressure. So it is with you. The storms you endured pushed your roots deeper into me. They tore away the shallow foundations you once relied on and forced you to cling to what is eternal. They exposed the weaknesses that would have crumbled later and strengthened the parts of you that needed to endure. Though the winds howled, they did not break you, because I held you. Though the fire burned, it did not consume you, because I stood in it with you. And though the waters rose, they did not sweep you away, because my hand sustained you. You see only the suffering, but I see the strength it has produced in you. I see the patience you did not have before, the resilience you never thought possible, the faith that has been tested and refined like gold in the fire. I see the compassion that grew in your heart because of what you endured, the tenderness that now allows you to understand the pain of others in ways you could not have before. I see how the trials strip away illusions, false comforts, and shallow securities, leaving you anchored only in me. What the enemy meant for evil, I have turned for good. What was meant to crush you, I used to mold you. What was meant to silence you, I used to awaken your voice. Child, remember this: shaking is never comfortable. It unsettles everything you thought was stable. It makes you question what can be trusted. It reveals cracks and weaknesses you did not know were there. But the shaking is not cruel, it is necessary. It reveals what is unshakable. It proves what is real. It draws a line between what can endure and what must fall away. In your life, I allowed shaking so that only what was truly from me would remain. The false identities, the false hopes, the false dependencies, they had to crumble so that your foundation could be rebuilt on truth. That is why some relationships ended, why certain opportunities closed, why doors slammed shut even when you thought they were good. I was not robbing you. I was protecting you. I was making sure that what stands in your life now is what will carry you forward. You may still grieve what was lost, but I tell you the truth, nothing was taken from you that I cannot restore in greater measure. Nothing died that I cannot resurrect. Nothing fell apart that I cannot rebuild stronger and more beautiful. Do not see the ruins as the end, for they are the soil where new life will spring forth. Do not see the ashes as waste, for they are the ground from which I will bring beauty. Do not see the broken pieces as useless, for I am the potter who reshapes them into something greater than before. Yes, the season of shaking has been painful. Yes, it has left scars, but those scars are not marks of defeat. They are testimonies of survival. They are proof that you endured what should have destroyed you. They are signs of battles fought and victories won. And every scar will shine with glory when my purposes are revealed in your life. Do not despise them. Do not hide them. They are part of the story I am writing, a story that will inspire others, a story that will reveal my faithfulness in the midst of suffering. My beloved, you are entering into a new season, but do not forget what you learned in the shaking. Do not forget how it taught you to trust me when nothing made sense. Do not forget how it showed you that my presence was enough even when every earthly support was gone. Do not forget how it revealed your strength not because of who you are alone, but because of who I am in you. These lessons are treasures, not burdens. They will serve you in the days to come. They will anchor you when new storms arise. They will remind you that if I sustained you before, I will sustain you again. So, my child, do not be afraid of the word shaking. Do not see it as punishment. See it as preparation. I'm aligning you with my will. I am stripping away what hinders. I am sharpening your discernment. I am deepening your faith. You are stronger now because of what you endured, even if you do not fully see it yet. Soon you will realize that what once shook you cannot shake you anymore. Soon you will see that you stand firmer, walk bolder, and trust deeper because of what I have brought you through. Comment, you are my light, Jesus, if he led you out of darkness. And know this above all, I never wasted a single tear. I never wasted a single trial. Every moment of pain was woven into a tapestry of purpose. Every loss was used to prepare you for greater gain. Every battle was shaping you for greater victory. The season of shaking was not the end of your story, it was the beginning of transformation. And now, because you endured, you are ready for what comes next. My beloved child, listen closely, for what I am about to tell you carries the weight of eternity. The season of shaking is not where your story ends. You have endured the storms. You have carried the weight of trials, and now you stand at the threshold of something new. This very moment is a turning point in your life. The heavens are shifting, the ground beneath your feet is being prepared, and the atmosphere around you is changing. What once felt closed will open. What once felt bound will be released. What once seemed impossible will unfold before your very eyes. The waiting has been long, but now the turning has come. Child, I declare to you, the chains are breaking. The doors are opening. The miracles are beginning to unfold even now. You may not see the fullness yet, but it is already happening in the unseen. While you thought nothing was moving, I was aligning pieces, shifting circumstances, and preparing the way. Every delay you experienced was not denial, it was divine timing. Every prayer you thought unanswered was stored for this appointed season. Every dream you thought forgotten was being preserved for the exact moment it could flourish. And that moment, my child, is now. Do you feel the stirring in your spirit? That unease, that trembling within your heart, it is the witness of my spirit confirming that change is upon you. You asked me when the answers would come, when the doors would open. when the burden would lift. And I tell you, the time is now. You are stepping into a season where my promises will be fulfilled in ways that will leave you in awe. The breakthrough you thought was delayed is arriving. The blessing you thought was withheld is being poured out. The victory you thought was distant is closer than your very breath. Beloved, I have seen your faithfulness in the waiting. I have seen how you clung to hope even when everything around you seemed hopeless. I have seen how you continued to whisper prayers even when you doubted if they mattered. I have seen how you endured quietly, choosing to believe when it would have been easier to give up. And now I say to you, not one moment was wasted. Not one tear fell in vain. Not one prayer was ignored. I have stored them all, and I am releasing the answers in this season. You will see doors swing open that no man can shut. Opportunities you thought were lost will return in greater measure. Relationships that were broken will be restored with deeper love and stronger trust. Provision will flow where there was once lack. Healing will spring forth where there was once pain. Joy will rise in the very places where sorrow has lived. This is the turning point, my child, the shift from despair to hope, from loss to abundance, from silence to songs of praise. Do not measure this moment by what your eyes see. Trust what your spirit knows. For I am moving in ways beyond your understanding. The walls that stood before you are crumbling. The obstacles that blocked you are being removed. The delays that frustrated you are being redeemed. You thought you were forgotten, but I was simply preparing you for more than you asked for. You thought I was withholding, but I was actually protecting. You thought I was silent, but I was working in the depths of places you could not see. Beloved, I am telling you this so you do not miss it. This is not a time to doubt. This is not a time to shrink back in fear. This is not a time to hesitate. This is the time to step forward in faith, to believe that what I promised is being fulfilled, to open your heart fully to what I am releasing. Do not let unbelief rob you of your blessing. Do not let fear silence your song. Do not let doubt hold you captive any longer. The shift is happening right now, and your response determines how fully you will step into it. I have heard your cry for clarity, and so I speak it plainly. You are entering into a new season. The waiting season has ended, and the season of fulfillment has begun. The wilderness is behind you, and the promised land is before you. The closed doors of yesterday no longer define your tomorrow. I'm doing a new thing in you, around you, and through you. Can you not perceive it? It is springing forth even now. So lift your head, my beloved child. Do not bow under the weight of yesterday any longer. Do not live chained to the disappointments of the past. Do not carry the belief that you were overlooked. You were never overlooked, you were preserved. You were never denied, you were prepared. You were never forsaken, you were held. And now, because you endured, you are ready to receive the abundance I have stored for you. Take courage, for the turning has come. Take hope, for the doors are opening. Take joy, for the miracles are unfolding. And know this, what I begin, I complete. What I open, no one can shut. What I release, no power of darkness can steal. This is your turning point, and nothing will ever be the same again. My beloved child, I must speak to you now with urgency and seriousness, for there is a warning that you cannot afford to ignore. What I am saying to you is not casual. It is not optional. It is not something you can put aside and return to later, because later is not promised. Right now, in this very moment, You are standing in a holy intersection between what has been and what is to come. If you scroll past, if you turn away, if you brush these words off as coincidence, you risk missing the very breakthrough that you have prayed for. Do not be deceived into thinking this is just another passing message. I orchestrated this moment. I placed these words before your eyes, and I stirred your heart to listen, because I love you too much to let you walk past the answer I am sending. If you delay, if you say, I'll deal with this tomorrow, you are allowing the enemy to steal what I am placing in your hands today. The adversary wants nothing more than to distract you right now. You will whisper, this isn't for you. This doesn't matter. You can come back to it later. But those are lies. Lies designed to pull you away from my voice. Lies meant to keep you chained in the same cycles I came to break. Hear me, hesitation is costly. Doubt is dangerous. Distraction is deadly to destiny. When I speak, it is not to entertain you, it is to align you. When I call, it is not to waste your time, it is to rescue you. If you ignore this call, you risk wandering longer in the wilderness that was never meant to hold you. You risk carrying chains that I am ready to break. You risk living beneath the blessing I have already written into your future. Do not let that happen, my beloved. Do not miss your appointed hour. The enemy knows what I am about to release in your life. He senses the breakthrough that is near. That is why he will do everything in his power to draw your attention away from this message. He will whisper doubt into your mind. This can't be real. This isn't really God speaking. You're imagining it. He will stir fear in your heart. What if you trust and are disappointed again? What if nothing changes? What if you're not worthy? He will use the voices of others, even well-meaning ones, to sow confusion, to tell you that you're overthinking, that you should just move on. But I tell you the truth. You are not overthinking. You are not imagining this. You are not unworthy. This is me. I am speaking to you, and you must act now. You may think you can wait for a more convenient time, but child, the appointed time is now. The blessing is being poured out now. The breakthrough is being released now. The shift is happening now. If you hesitate, if you turn your eyes away, you risk stepping out of alignment with what I am doing. The window will not remain open forever. That is why I am pleading with you in this moment. Stay, listen, and respond. Do not let fear paralyze you. Do not let doubt silence you. Do not let distraction pull you away. You ask, what do I need to do? I tell you, trust me. Believe me. Step forward in faith. Let go of the bitterness, the fear, the hesitation, and the excuses that have held you back. Release the lies that have told you you are not enough. Shake off the weight of past failures. Step out of the prison of self-doubt. This is not the time to shrink back, it is the time to rise. It is the time to declare, even with trembling hands and weary heart, that you will trust me, you will believe my word, and you will step into what I am opening before you. Beloved, I know the battle in your mind is strong. I know how loud the whispers of the enemy can be, but my voice is stronger. My truth is louder. My promises are sure. When the enemy tells you you are unworthy, remember that I called you worthy with my blood. When he tells you nothing will change, remember that I am the God who makes all things new. When he tells you it's too late, Remember that I am the God who redeems time and restores what was lost. Do not let his lies steal your blessing. Stand on my word. Hold tightly to my promises. Believe what I am saying now, for it is truth, and it will not fail. I say this again so it sinks deeply into your spirit. If you scroll past, if you walk away, you may miss the very moment you prayed for. You may miss the blessing you have been asking me about for years. You may miss the answer that has finally arrived. Do not let that happen. Do not let this moment slip through your fingers. I am here. I am speaking. I am moving. And I am asking you to respond with faith. Trust me, my child. Believe me. Take the step I am asking you to take. Say yes to me now. For every yes you give me, I will pour out blessings you cannot contain. For every step of obedience, I will release a wave of breakthrough. For every act of trust, I will show you my faithfulness in greater measure. Do not wait. Do not hesitate. Do not let this holy moment pass. Act now, for your breakthrough depends on it. Type Amen if you believe God is preparing something beautiful for your life, and share this message to bless someone's faith.